Hey guys, I'm more from Team Mercer with another deck profile for you. Before I go into the deck profile itself, I actually have an announcement. I will be giving away free online code cards from Cosmic Eclipse sets throughout the video, so stay tuned and get some free stuff, guys. So the list that I'm actually covering is the third place list from the Latin American Internationals. The list did amazing. It was piloted by Giovanni, and it's the Arceus Dialga Palkia Keldeo deck. I'm just going to call it Space Dogs for now. I think that's what's going around for it. But the Space Dogs did amazing. We got to see a lot of it during this weekend, along with other crazy decks that we get to try out and see for ourselves which one we're going to like for this new meta that's going to be coming up these months, guys. So into the Pokemon lineup, guys, we are going to be running the 2 copies of the Arceus Dialga Palkia. Now, the first attack, it requires 3 energies, which is not a problem for this deck to get, actually. And it hits for 150, which is amazing because it's hitting a lot of good numbers. You're able to knock out those pesky 1-prizers, and if you're going against a tag team Pokemon in 2 swings, you're able to knock them out. It's going to take them 3 swings because of the 280 that you have, and we also have other cards in here that add more health to this Pokemon, or either take less damage as well. So the GX is really good. We got to see a lot of it happen this weekend with the 1 energy plus the single energy attachment, so 2 energies total. You're able to do 30 more damage and take an additional prizes from those attacks. So all your Pokemon do 30 extra damage, and you're able to take additional prizes from these Pokemon getting knocked out with this GX right here throughout your game. And it's amazing because with those single prize attacker decks, you're going to be able to, you know, now hold your ground with it. You're going to be able to take out 3 Pokemon, hey, and win the game. You know, they're still struggling to get these Pokemons knocked out. Persephone is really good against this deck because they're able to one-shot it if they can get all the energies requirement to it. But it's still going to be a lot of work for them, and especially since you're taking 2 prizes, they're kind of on a clock too to get those knockouts. So they're going to be fishing out, throwing away key cards they need, trying to keep up with your pace because now they have to worry for those prizes. So onto our next Pokemon lineup here, guys. We are running the 2 copies of Keldeo. Keldeo is pretty much just a stall mechanic. It's really good with that pure heart ability that it has. You want to put it out there if you're going against a GX deck, and pretty much if your opponent's just playing a GX deck and you know that, you can just play Keldeo and they're going to have to work around it, which is going to be very hard because you just keep attacking into it for that 110. If you're able to pop off the Space Dogs ability, you're able to do more damage and take additional prizes that you need. But the ability is so good that it stalls a lot of Pokemon, and it's just a wall for you to get ready while you're setting up the Arceus or any other Pokemon on the bench. So onto our next Pokemon, we have 2 copies of the Dene, and of course the Dene is just to get you out of a bad hand, fish in there more, or get you set up as well. The 2 copies is really all you need because we do have a lot of draw supporters in here and a lot of switch mechanics to get them out as well, just in case you get stuck with it in the active. So on to our next tag team Pokemon. We are going to be running 1 copy of Megalobunny. Now this card is great because during this weekend there was a lot of GX decks out there that were playing all their, you know, all their GXs down, especially with the Denes. You know, any deck that's running the Denes, you're automatically gonna most of the time have 1 on the bench along with whatever you're trying to set up. So the Megalobunny came in a clutch for a lot of these matches, and it's able to get those big 1-hit knockouts for you. And it's easy because you can just load it up with Palkia as well and swing in there with it and take some knockouts, and you're doing additional damage as well with it. So on to our next tag team Pokemon. We are running the 1 copy of Lucario Meltang. Now this is great because mostly you're going to use it for the GX, but the attack is great because you're able to take some knockouts as well. You're able to load it up. You're able to use Palkia to load it up and do additional damage. But the GX here is really good just in case you're going against a mirror or either anything that accelerates a lot of energy. With the GX, you're able to discard all that energy off your opponents and just slow them down and stall them out as well. The card is really good here, guys. So that's why the inclusion of 1 was running in there to stall out your opponent and slow them down so you can get set up. Now onto our baby Pokemon here. We are going to be running the 4 copy Jirachi. Jirachi is there to help you look through your deck, get you out of a tight spot. You're able to fish into your deck even more, get those key cards that you need because it's anything item supporter or stadium that you can get out with Jirachi. So it's really good to have 4, and you want to start off with it. To be honest, you want to start off with the Jirachi. That way, if you do get stuck, it's only a 1 prize that they're taking. 4 is really good there to have. So on to our next set of baby Pokemon that we have. Of course, the list the Giovanni was running the one copy of Drampa. Now Drampa is really good, guys. Drampa for the second attack. If it's got 2 types of energies on it, it does an additional 70, so 140. And of course, you're running water and metal in this deck, you know, so it's really easy to get it loaded because of the Palkia. Let's say that you swing into a tag team with Palkia first, and next turn you're going to get the knockout. Well, you definitely want to use something that's not going to be in their favor, and the prizes. So you're going to send up this Drampa here and get that knockout right there for that 1 prize trade-off, and you're taking 3 prizes. So that's why this inclusion was in here. It's really good and it hits hard as well. And of course, we got 1 copy of Phony. This card is really good because it gives you that switch mechanic, and it forces your opponent to switch their Pokemon out, and something they don't want to get taken out. But if they got a bench full, it's alright. They're probably going to send something else out. But it allows you to just annoy them that much and force them to switch their Pokemon. And this card just goes back into your deck, so you can continue using it as much as you want. And of course, for the last Pokemon lineup here, guys, we got 1 copy of Blitzo and Zabrisca. Zabrisca is really good because it allows you to throw away your hand, draw 5 more cards. It's really good to get you out of the clutch, and the one inclusion of this was really good. We got to see it during this weekend, how well it was working to get those key cards that you needed for knockouts here, guys. So that is it for the Pokemon lineup for this deck profile here. So we're going to be moving on to our supporters and stadiums. Let me just get all these out of the way for you guys. And like I said, we're giving out free code cards. Let me get one out for you guys. There you go. Hopefully you get some crazy happy rares out of those packs, and if you do, you know, comment and let us know what you got. So into our supporters, pretty basic here, guys. Actually, it's not too fancy. We got 4 copies of Cynthia. Of course, you want 4 copies, so you want to shuffle your deck, get some cards out, look through your deck, get some more different things, combos that you need to get these attacks going, and to set up your Pokemon as well. And then onto our next supporter, we are running the Cynthia Caitlyn. This card is really good right here because it allows you to fish out a supporter card out of your discard pile, and if you discard 1 card or 2 cards, I believe it's 1, you get to draw 3 cards. So it's another draw mechanic, along with getting supporters back when you need them. So you're never going to be running out of supporters until you finally use all your Caitlyns and Cynthias. But that's where we're running 3, and we're running 3 because we are also running the Mallow and Lana card. It's a switch mechanic. If you discard a card, you get to heal 120 damage. So this is really great in this deck because you want to be able to heal your Palkias and annoy your opponent that much, and it helps you stay in the game longer for them to not take those knockouts, and you're preventing those knockouts against your opponent. So that 120 is key numbers to heal, and you're switching as well. So it's a great card to have. So that is it for supporters here, guys. Like I said, nothing too crazy that Giovanni was running. The list ran perfect for him, and we got to see a lot of it going on, guys. So on to our supporter, or not supporters, stadiums, sorry. He was only running the 4 copies of Chaos Swell. Now, Chaotic Swell is really good because you do not want Power Plant against you. You are running Keldeo, you are running the Danias, so you absolutely want to make sure that you're always placing these down, especially against any deck that's running Power Plants or any other stadium, really. You don't want them to get the full benefits off of it, so that's why we're running 4 copies of it here, because if it gets bumped out, the new stadium gets bumped out as well. So the 4 copies is really annoying for your opponent to deal with, and it just, you know, at that time they're probably not going to want to place anything down themselves, because most people know that this list is going to be running 4, and 4 is a great count for this list. So that is it for our supporters and stadiums here, guys. Now on to the item count. The item count is pretty basic as well, guys. Nothing too crazy. Pretty straightforward here. For Pokemon search mechanics, we do have 4 Pokemon communications to fish out your Pokemon that you need certain Pokemons out. It's really good because you are running certain baby Pokemon in here that you want to be able to get out when you need them. So the 4 copy of the Pokemon communication is really good because you're able to just trade off a Pokemon, search in for what you need. You know, if you need Drampa, Zabrisca, Jirachis, you're able to fish them out with that card, guys. And then for your other Pokemon search mechanic, we are running 2 copies of the Tag Call. Tag Call is really good because it allows you to fish out 2 of your tag team Pokemon, or either one of your tag team supporter cards. So either or, you get to bring out 2 of those cards, and it's a great card to have. It definitely changes the meta here because you don't have to throw away anything for it. You just place it down, and it lets you fish out 2 tag team cards out of your deck when you need them. And it's an item card, so that's even better for this deck. And onto our pivot mechanics here, guys. We are going to be running 3 copies of Switch. 3 copies is really good. It allows you to switch around, get some Pokemon into the active, get your Jirachis up in there, or either get your pesky little Keldeos that are going to know your opponents to get stall your opponent out. And then, of course, we are running the 2 copies of the skateboard here. The skateboard is great. You slap it onto your Jirachi, and you're able to pivot that much and switch your deck for those key cards that you need or combo cards that you need to get some knockouts on your opponent's Pokemon here. And then for our item or tool cards, Giovanni was running the 2 copies of Choice Helmet, which I like it because it allows your Palkias or anything else, mostly your Palkias though, to survive even longer. Because if your opponent's hitting you, if you're going against the mirror, of course they're doing 30 extra damage. Well, this is forcing them to do 2-turn knockouts instead of or regardless, it will be 2-turn knockouts. But it forces your opponent to swing into 3, just in case if you don't got the mirror match either going on. So it adds 30 more damage they have to do from GX Pokemon. So it's a great card to have. And of course, for some gusting effects against your opponent, 2 copies of Great Catcher is really good. Probably after this weekend, I can see people bumping that up because there is going to be a lot of this deck going around because it's a really good deck to play. It's something new, and it's, people are going to want to beat it, and there's going to be a lot of mirror matches going on. So I can see this Great Catcher actually bumping up to 3 possibly, because to get around those Keldeos, you definitely want to bump it up to 3. So of course, for our last item card here, we are running the 1 copy of Reset Stamp there. Reset Stamp is really good because if you're behind prizes, you're able to stamp them down to 3 or whatever you're behind. And it's just your opponent's going to slow them down. You're able to stall them out a little bit. And also, if they're going down to 3, it helps you finish out the game for you in your favor as well. So that is it for the items and tool cards here, guys. Like I said, it's pretty basic. The deck, pretty basic. This deck. It's crazy how they came up with it and were able to get into 3rd place, just with a simple deck. All right, guys, that's the second code card for you. Onto our energy count here, guys. We are going to be running, there we go, 4. So 8 water energies total for you, along with some metal. There we go. So 7 metal energies and 8 water energies here, guys. The split's really good because there's not either or Pokemon that really require 2 metals or either 1 or more waters. I mean, besides your Keldeos and your Meltang, that's pretty much it. But it's easy to get these energies onto the board because as soon as you get that Palkia going, or the Arceus Palkia going, you're able to dig into your deck and get those energies out, attach them wherever you like and wherever you need them. So it's really cool to have the split right here, guys. And I can see this deck being played a lot more, guys. So if you're going to play this deck, just expect a mirror match. And if you can find some combos or tech options for the mirror match, I would definitely recommend it in this deck right here because it is going to be played a lot. It is going to be played a lot. It's a really good deck. People want to try something new. They're tired of the old meta. So I can see people playing this along with Gust Lord. Maybe the new abilities are, but I mean, like I said, people want to try something new. And I believe we are going to be seeing a lot of mirror matches with this deck. So if you can find a tech option for the mirror match, that would be awesome. And you probably win the games after that because there's going to be that one person that does it to get those tech options in there. All right, guys. So that's it for the Pokemon deck profile. Let me get you the last code card for you guys. There it is. Hopefully you can see it. But yeah, guys, that's the deck profile that we had. Like I said, it was from the Latin American International Championship that just happened. 3rd place by Giovanni. The deck did amazing. We got to see him on stream as well multiple times, and it was really good to see this deck come into 3rd place. So that's it, guys. If you liked the video, of course, comment and let me know what you would change in this deck list, continuing with the current meta after this tournament that happened, and what your thoughts are on it. All right, guys. Peace out.